When life leaves you high and dry, I'll be at your door tonight. If you need help, if you need help, I'll shut down the city lights. I'll cheat, I'll beg and bribe to make.
Hey guys, it's Lindsay. I'm back with another video, and we're going to excuse my hair. I don't know what it's doing. We're going to excuse my appearance because it's rainy and nasty out, and I am just thumbing it in a t-shirt. But for today's video, I know that most people's spring breaks are coming up super soon, and I know for me personally, I am going to Florida with my boyfriend's family, and there are a ton of essentials that I bring related to diabetes, and I thought that this would be a really good topic to do, because I'm kind of thinking about doing like the next 3 weeks leading up to my spring break. I'm going to have like a spring break series related to diabetes, so that if you're traveling with diabetes, then these may help you out in any way. So I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 12, 15 items that I'm going to show you guys that I personally take when I'm going somewhere like the beach, or just somewhere where it's going to be super warm. So I hope this video helps you guys, and if you like it, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up, because I am trying to do this series before my spring break, and then after my spring break series, I'm definitely going to be doing all the requested videos I have, so don't think I have forgotten about those, because I promise I haven't. I just want to get my spring break series up. So with all that being said, let's just jump into the video and get started.
Okay, so spring break, you're obviously going to need a bathing suit, shorts, t-shirts, sandals, hats, sunglasses, like all of that warm summer stuff. But if you have diabetes, it is a lot more difficult to plan for a trip than that. So these are my top like 12 essentials for going somewhere tropical. The first one is something you should take with you no matter when you're going on a trip, and that would be, okay, I can't show the prescription. That would be a glucagon, or don't know what this is. If you're not diabetic, basically if you are diabetic and your blood sugar gets so low that you pass out, you mix up the sugar in this vial with the, I think this is water, sterile water, in this syringe in here, and then you draw it back out and you put it in the thigh and give the shot, and it will give them a straight up shot of sugar. So this is definitely important in case you're with someone and you pass out. I just keep this with me whenever I go on a trip. Knock on wood, in 11 years of being diabetic, I have never had to use one of these, but I always take one with me on vacation. So definitely do that. The second thing is, like, outside of like insulin and extra strips and all that, if you're on an insulin pump, I definitely recommend bringing syringes in case your pump breaks, because you are still going to need insulin if your pump quits. And I personally still have a ton of syringes from when I used these when I was really little, so I just take a ton of these on a trip with me, just in case. So yeah, these are 30-unit syringes, and they're ultra fine needles. So yeah. So definitely bring those, a bunch of these. And then another option is always a Nova pen. You can call your endocrinologist and get them to fill you a prescription for one of these, and just tell them that you're going on a trip, and they will fill a prescription for the insulin that goes in these, in here, and you can just go pick it up. But this is just like an easier option than the syringes, so that. And then if for some reason you do have to get off of your pump because your pump breaks, you are going to need long-lasting insulin because you're not going to be getting a basal rate. So definitely bring a Lantus pen. This one is super old. This is the one I used when I actually needed one. There's nothing in it, but it just looks like this. Same deal. Oh gosh, maybe. Oh, okay. So on this one, you push this little button and it pops up, and then you click, click, click. Why won't you let me? Why won't you let me? Alright, I think I broke it. But, yeah, you definitely need, alright, I'm struggling. You definitely need Lantus, and I actually have like a sample of Lantus in my fridge that I'm going to be taking with me. But again, your endo will definitely fill you a prescription for this as well if you tell them what's going on and why you need it. so I definitely bring that. If you do have a pump, you are definitely going to need tons of site changes. I'm talking about insets. I always bring double what I need. So if I'm going to change my inset 3 times, I bring 6. If I'm going to change my inset 5 times, I bring 10. Especially when I'm going to the beach, I bring so many of these, it's ridiculous, because I would rather have too many than not enough. So I'll be gone, I think, 4 or 5 days, so I'm probably just going to bring about 10 of these just to be safe, which is a ridiculous amount, but rather be safe than sorry. You need your cartridges for your pump. These are the T-Slim cartridges, because I use the T-Slim. So I have the cartridges. I bring about 5 of these as well, 1 for each day, just in case something happens. And then to go with my cartridge, I need the syringes and the needles to fill my cartridges. And I bring about 5 of these as well. So to match the number of cartridges I bring the syringes, the same number. So definitely bring lots of those. And then tubing, once again, I bring too many rather than not enough, so I bring about 5. So I match the number of tubes and cartridges I bring to the number of insets I bring. So if I bring 10 insets, I bring 10 tubes and 10 cartridges, just in case something happens. I would rather be too prepared than not enough, like not prepared enough. So definitely bring tubing. And I also use like the little plugs for my insets, so I always need extra of those, so that's why I bring a lot of tubings as well. For when you change your, you're going to be swimming in the ocean. You're going to have your insets fall off because they're like band-aids. The adhesive wears off. So I would recommend medical tape or IV 3000 pads. I've never used IV 3000 pads, but I have heard wonderful things about them. You can get them on Amazon and most pharmacies, I believe. They're just an IV pad that you use to seal an IV needle in your arm down. What a lot of diabetics do is they cut out a spot where their inset goes and then they like stick it over the inset so it leaves an adhesive ring around the actual site, if that made any sense. But I have used medical tape since I've been on a pump, and it works. It doesn't work great, but it does work. It does the job. But IV 3000 pads would probably work better, so I'm definitely going to get those to try. But this is an essential. I know personally when I change my insets, I like to, if I'm going to be in water, I like to put a band-aid over them and put some ointment on them. I have some samples of Bactrim ointment. This is just like a stronger medicated Neosporin, and I have them in like these little sample sizes. So I'll probably take a couple of these with me. So when I change my inset, I put some of that on there, and so I like to do this just to keep myself from getting an infection in the wound, or like the spot where I just changed my inset. And these are just like the large band-aids, which work the best. So yeah, you can get this through a prescription, but my endo gave me a bunch of the samples. And you can get these at a pharmacy. Okay, so if you use, for me, I use the T-Slim, as you all know, and I use the Vario IQ meter that is rechargeable. The T-Slim is rechargeable too, so I'm definitely going to be bringing the charger for my pump because I don't want it to die. This cord is ridiculously long, but I don't want my pump to die while I'm there, so I'm going to be bringing the charger for my pump. And then I'm also going to be bringing the meter charger because I use the rechargeable Vario IQ. So I'm going to be bringing both of these so that I can charge my stuff that I need. And if you don't have rechargeable pumps or a rechargeable meter, then definitely bring the batteries for your pump and meter because you really don't want your meter to die. And I guess if you do have a rechargeable meter and a rechargeable pump, you can go out and buy the batteries, but it just saves like the hassle and the worry of maybe possibly not having that stuff. So I would definitely bring those. And then the last 2 things are for if you're going to the beach or somewhere warm. I bring, this lunchbox is so like dirty because it's the lunchbox I use. This is an Igloo lunchbox. It's insulated in the inside, And I bring this with me to like the beach because I need to keep my insulin and my pump and my strips to my meter cool. So what I do when I go to the beach is I put my meter and my pump in this, and an ice pack, and then like a juice or something in case my sugar gets low in here, and it keeps it nice and cool in the hot sun, and I don't have to worry about my insulin going bad or my strips going bad. And then I also sometimes will put my pump in a baggie just so I don't get sand in any like of the cracks in it, like where the cartridges and stuff, just to be extra careful. And you can actually work your pump through the baggie, so you don't have to take the pump out of the baggie if you need to get insulin. So yeah. So I hope this video helped any of you guys going on vacation for spring break. If you like the idea of me doing a couple more spring break related, diabetes related videos before I go to spring break, then let me know by commenting down below or giving the video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. And I hope this video helped some of you all, and if it did, again, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in next week's video. Bye!